welcome to the 6th TM History Icons quiz. Big thank you to Scott Alsop and the lovely Alice for organising this as always. So just a big thank you from me and the team for this year. We've had a really fantastic year. So we were lucky enough to get our event in March, and we had the fantastic Hallie Rubenhold come and talk to us about her book, The Five, and the work that she's been doing. And it was great to see over 100 colleagues come to Sheffield and kind of catch up on different practice and expertise. We then followed this in June with our first ever remote CPD online, and we had some amazing practitioners who shared with us their different experiences, ranging from teaching China to also how we can ensure that there's diversity within the curriculum. We then launched our first History Behind, and we've had a number of those now, and it's been a really fantastic way to engage with the historian and look at the framework which happens behind the different images that are there. We're also very much looking forward to our two events coming up in next year. So we've got January, which is the Remote Learning Special, which will be looking at remote learning, literacy, and also revision, with a lot of people building up towards prelims or mock examinations. We feel that this is a good opportunity to kind of look at how it is that we can support our learners remotely and in preparation for that, and also bridging that literacy gap, as we know that that period of closure might need some kind of strengthening in terms of their extended writing skills and their comprehension. We've also got the cognitive science event coming up in March as well, with Kate Jones as our key speaker for that. So we're really excited about what it is that we're going to present. More importantly, what we would like to say is 2020, what a year it's been. Nobody could have predicted in March what the year had for us, and what I have to say on behalf of the team is thank you so much for everything that you've done. The resilience, the challenges that you faced, and you've shown so much adaptability, the ability to overcome unexpected hurdles that we never thought we'd ever have to do, and how much care you've shown for our children, as well as expertise in delivering their history learning, but also pastoral care as well. Our children are exceptionally fortunate to have you in their lives, and for you to be the anchor in what has been one hell of a storm really does remind us of how lucky children are to have such amazing educators. The history community, alongside all the other teaching communities, is absolutely phenomenal, and I have no doubt that irrespective of 2020, everything that you have done in order to support our children will mean that they go on to succeed and achieve everything that they've ever wanted to do. So thank you on behalf of the team for being you and everything that you do. Enough of that mushy stuff. Let's get on to the fun stuff, and more importantly, find out what costume it is Scott Alsop's going to be wearing this time.
Hello, Alex. Thank you so much for that introduction to this, our 6th TM History Icons remote pub quiz, and I hope that this outfit meets your approval. Whew, good grief. We made it to the end of term. I'm frankly not sure how, but we did, and that's enough for now. So after such a crazy time, I do feel very honoured that you've chosen to join us again at the TMHI quiz. Whoever would have thought that a one-off idea that I had back in April would have made it all the way to December, and we're still not out of the reason that we started it in the first place. And the reason that this quiz is still going is frankly thanks to you lot. It's you, the teams, that make this all massively worthwhile. Myself and Alice, who is always there behind the scenes, making sure that all of the marking works properly. Really do enjoy putting these quizzes together on behalf of the wonderful TM History Icons team. But frankly, we wouldn't bother doing it if you weren't here to join us. So as we approach the end of a year where we've been in Romania and we've been frankly unable to see family and friends in the UK due to the impact of COVID, we'd like to say a very sincere thank you to you for the evenings that we've been able to spend in your company. So cheers to you. Now, not only is this a special festive edition of the quiz, but we've also got a guest round from a bona fide celebrity quizzer. Bobby Seagull, who caused a storm on University Challenge a couple of years ago, went on to win Celebrity Mastermind earlier this year and even tutored the BBC Breakfast team through their maths GCSE resits. He is preparing a quiz round for us, and I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you a little bit later. Tonight's extravaganza will feature 6 rounds, and to be factored in for the final scores, all your answers need to be submitted on the Google Forms that you can find at all of the links displayed there. Just there. The URLs there in the stream, they can't be linked, they can't be clicked, but you can just type the address into a new tab on your browser and then you'll be sent off to the form. It'll be separate forms as usual for rounds 1 and 2, round 3 and 4, and then a final one for round 5 and 6. This should give our amazing Alice the Quiz Elf time to work her magic and go through the responses for manual marking before we reveal the scores at the end. Now, it hopefully goes without saying that you should avoid looking up any of the answers, but this quiz doesn't have any prizes anyway.
Oh, yes, there are.
No, there aren't.
It's behind you. Oh, yes, there are.
Oh, yeah, there are some prizes. Since this is a festive special, we've actually got some extra spot prizes to be won. Woo! So here's the deal. Mr. Tom Rogers, the head honcho at Teach Me Icons HQ, has got 5 sets of highly desirable Teach Me Icons notepads and pens to give away. All you need to do to be in with a chance of winning one is to tweet a photo of yourself playing the quiz while wearing a piece of winter clothing. Simple as that. Christmas sweater will do, cozy jacket, even a nice warm hat. Just pop the photo onto Twitter with the hashtag TMHiQuiz. That's that one just there. And we'll pick 5 winners at random just before we sign off at the end of the quiz. So you've got a couple of hours to find your favourite wintry clothes and get a photo of yourself playing along with the quiz. I hope that you're going to enjoy this, have a chance to catch up with some friends, and of course message and berate other teams and have a laugh at their expense perhaps. And now remember that we are still running this from the same spare bedroom in Romania that we always have done, and we only finished our term a few hours ago. So we do kindly request you are as generous and lovely as you usually are about both the tech and the questions. I have to say that I've been looking at all the things that we've got planned for tonight, and I'm really starting to wonder if we've maybe slightly overplanned this one. But hey, as my dad very wisely said, a very valuable lesson. If you don't try it, then you never know. So let's start. The first round features 10 questions on things that happened in December. Lots of the questions need you to type in your answers, so please do so in block capitals because it makes it so much easier for Alice, who's going to be handling all of the marking for us. Right, here we go. Round 1, Decembral knowledge. Question 1. On the 4th of December 1956, Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis and Carl Perkins had an impromptu jam session at the Sun Records studios. What did the press call that group? It's a super group, really. On the 4th of December 1956, Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis and Carl Perkins all had an impromptu jam session at Sun Records studios. But what did the press call that group? Question number 2. Remember, all of this is stuff that happened in December. So an easy one for the history teachers amongst you. But, you know, not everyone who is playing this is a history person. But who was crowned King of England on the 25th of December, 1066? Who was crowned King of England on the 25th of December, 1066? All right, so we've just been flagged. Technical problem already that I put the wrong link for the last set of rounds on YouTube. Yeah. Anyway, the links here on the screen are correct. Okay, question number 3. In which ocean would you find Christmas Island? In which ocean would you find Christmas Island? Question number 4. On the 15th of December 1933, the 21st Amendment to the United States Constitution reversed the 18th Amendment. But what did the 21st Amendment do? So on the 15th of December 1933, the 21st Amendment reversed the 18th Amendment. So what did the 21st actually do? What was it that it was reversing? On to question 5. Based on the Landlord game, that's the clue, which popular board game was patented for our American friends on the 31st of December 1935? So, popular board game based on the Landlord game, but what's the modern version known as? Question number 6. In Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, which character says, "God bless us, everyone"? In Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, which character says, "God bless us, everyone"? On to question number 7. First published on the 23rd of December 1823, by what name is the poem A Visit from St. Nicholas better known? First published on the 23rd of December 1823, by what name is the poem A Visit from St. Nicholas better known? Question number 8. A riot, proper full-scale riot, got proper tasty, at the United States Military Academy in West Point ended sometime around dawn on the 25th of December 1826. But which alcoholic punch had fueled the violence? A riot at the United States Military Academy in West Point ended at sometime around dawn on the 25th of December 1826. But which alcoholic punch had fueled the violence? The penultimate question on round 1. So, question number 9. By the end of the song, The 12 Days of Christmas, how many gold rings has my true love given to me? By the end of the song, The 12 Days of Christmas, how many gold rings has my true love given to me? And the final question on round 1, question number 10. On the 25th of December 1989, which former Romanian president was condemned to death and executed on Christmas Day? On the 25th of December 1989, which former Romanian president was condemned to death and executed? So those are your 10 questions on round 1. I will leave those 10 on the screen just in case you need to go back and check any of them. I'm just frantically looking at them and thinking, yeah, I did update them properly. That's all fine. That's all fine. I'll leave those there for a couple of minutes and then I'll be back with round 2. Okay, we think that that's probably long enough for you to check through those questions again for round one. Ready for round two. We've not had a connections round for quite a while on the TMHI quiz, so we thought we'd bring it back for the end of year spectacular. I'm going to ask you 9 questions, the answers to all of which are connected in some way. The 10th question is for you to then identify the connection between the previous 9 answers. My one bit of advice would be to start discussing possible connections as soon as you're confident that you're getting the questions right, even from question 1. What could it be? If that theme seems to work through the questions that you've answered so far, it could then help you answer questions that you're not so sure about. For this, again, please answer in capital letters, and away we go on our connections round. Question number 1 on round 2. What was the name given to the German bombing campaign against the United Kingdom in 1940 and 41? So what name was given to the German bombing campaign against the United Kingdom in 1940 and 41? Question number 2. Which leading member of the Nazi Party flew to Scotland in 1941? Which leading member of the Nazi Party flew to Scotland in 1941? That's question 2 on round 2, connections. So remember, this is the connections round. All the answers are linked in some way. Question number 3. Recorded in the Bayeux Tapestry, what celestial object is visible from Earth roughly every 75 to 76 years? So it's recorded in or on the Bayeux Tapestry, but which celestial object is visible from Earth roughly every 75 to 76 years? On to question number 4. What other signal, along with a dot, is used in Morse code? So what other signal, along with a dot, is used in Morse code? It'd help if I didn't drop the keyboard, wouldn't it? Question number 5. Remember, this is a connections round. Which Roman god is the child of Mars and Venus? Which Roman god is the child of Mars and Venus? From the messages that I'm seeing, people are starting to work this one out. So question number 6. What name is given to a kebab made of meat and cooked on a vertical rotisserie? What is the name given to the kebab made of meat cooked on a vertical rotisserie? It's a connections round, don't forget. Here's question number 7. In the song Careless Whisper, what does George Michael say he's never gonna do again? So in the song Careless Whisper, what does George Michael say he's never going to do again? Here is question 8 on our connections round. Some people may have already worked out number 10, but question number 8. What term is given to a female fox? What term is given to a female fox? Here comes question number 9. There's only this one left, really, isn't there? So what's the connection between these 9 is going to be question 10. But question number 9. What term is applied to the movement when a horse springs on its hind legs? What term is applied to the movement when a horse springs on its hind legs? Okay, I think that's quite long enough on that one. It's question 10. What's the connection between all of those answers? If you haven't got it yet, then look closely. But there is a connection between all of the previous 9 answers. For question 10, you just need to write down what that connection is. I will put all 10 of them back on the screen here. I'll be back in a couple of minutes to move on. But that's the end of rounds 1 and 2. That's the end of this answer sheet. So once you're happy with your answers to both rounds, then of course you can submit your Google form and you can load the next one ready for rounds 3 and 4. You should find a link to the next answer sheet on the confirmation screen after you submit your first set of answers, but just in case you have a problem, they are displayed down here, not there, there, just there. It's very difficult doing this. You can go to those links. It's bit.ly/TMHI quiz 6-2, and that will take you to the answer sheet for rounds 3 and 4. I'll be back in a moment. Okay then everyone, it's nice to see that responses are starting to be submitted already for rounds 1 and 2. You can get ready for rounds 3 and 4 very soon. But before we move on, I do want to remind you that if you tweet a photo of yourself playing the quiz while wearing a piece of winter clothing of any sort, just use the hashtag TMHI quiz, then you will be with the chance of winning a very highly desirable TMHistoryIcons notepad and pen, which will be dispatched by Tom Rogers' own fair hands. But wait, what's this? We have other prizes as well? Oh, goodness me, it's almost like it's Christmas or something. Well, I'm delighted to say that we've got a nice individual spot prize for one lucky winner. This is completely separate to the ongoing team quiz, and you also don't need Twitter for it. So everyone individually is welcome to have a go at this, should you like. You need to visit bit.ly/TMHI prize 1. I'll give you the link again in a moment. And you're going to type in your answer to a question that's going to be revealed in a moment. Remember, this isn't a team thing now. Okay, rounds 3 and 4, we're going to come back to them soon. This is an individual little spot prize. So you can submit the answer yourself. Here to explain what you could win, I'm delighted to introduce Dr. Elliot Watson from the fantastic Versus History podcast.
Hello everybody who is participating at the TM History Icons Christmas quiz. This is Elliot over at Versus History. I hope you are all having a wonderful time. A little spot prize for you. You can have one of these two books, an infographic history of Germany or an infographic history of the Cold War. When you win, just send me a tweet at librarian6 and give me your address, and I will be happy to send a copy of one of those over to you. Just tell me which one you would prefer. Have a wonderful Christmas and enjoy the new year.
So there you go. You can win a copy of one of Elliot's, and it's Connell as well, I should just point that out, one of those superb infographic history books for free. All you need to do is answer a single separate question. Remember, this is a solo response. There's only going to be one winner. So you need to go to the separate answer sheet, and you'll see the link to that in a moment to submit your answer. And to ask the question, it's over to another guest. Here he is. It's the big TM Icons boss man himself, Mr. Tom Rogers.
Hi everybody, I'm just recording this from the world famous Albert Dock in Liverpool for Scott Alsop's extravaganza, the TM History Icons quiz, and he's asked me to come up with a question. My question is this: how many subject-specific Teach Me Icons events have happened so far since the beginning of Teach Me Icons in 2015? So that's specific subjects. Is it A, 4, B, 6, C, 8, or D, 10? So that's how many subjects have run events for Teach Me Icons since it started in 2015. That's not how many events have there been, that's how many subjects have run events. That's my super bonus question. I suppose we should finish off by saying Merry Christmas. I hope you have a brilliant Christmas. I know everybody, every teacher around the world, around the country has been working incredibly hard of late. So I hope you enjoy the quiz, and thanks for getting involved with Teach Me Icons. I'm looking forward to the new year because we've got some fantastic events coming up, including a couple of history ones. So look out for those. Cheers all.
Thank you, Tom. So there you go. Just to recap, you can win a copy of one of Elliot Watson's brilliant infographic history books. You just need to tell us how many subjects have run TM Icons events since those events began in 2015. In case more than one person gets the correct answer, you'll also find a tie-break question at that link about how much the pair of Elliot's infographic books weigh in grams. Okay, proper tie-break question, just random guess. And basically the person with the correct answer to Tom's question and the closest guess about the combined weight will win one of Elliot's wonderful books. You've got until the end of the next round to submit your answer. There, it's that address on the screen. Remember, it's an individual prize. This is separate to the team thing. This is just for you. Just for you. Make the Christmas special for you. Go to bit.ly/TMHI prize 1 and just quickly type those in as we get ready for round 3. Because as if winning books by guessing random numbers isn't enough excitement for one night, it's time for tonight's special guest round. Bobby Seagull is a bona fide quizzing legend, having captained his team all the way to the semi-finals of University Challenge 3 years ago. He then teamed up with fellow University Challenge quizzer Eric Monkman for Monkman and Seagull's Genius Guide to Britain on the BBC before taking on the challenge of teaching 3 BBC breakfast presenters who were retaking their maths GCSEs. He sets puzzles on Radio 4. He's a columnist for the Financial Times. He published a book called The Life-Changing Magic of Numbers. And he's the Silip Library champion. This is a man who loves books and West Ham and Strictly. In fact, just a couple of weeks ago, you may even have seen him on Strictly's It Takes Two. We are incredibly fortunate that Bobby, who is currently working not only on a PhD, but is also teaching a bit of maths in Ilford, that he's agreed to contribute to tonight's quiz. So, Bobby, it's over to you. Oh, and quizzers, please don't forget to answer in block capitals, or Santa will most definitely put you on the naughty list. It's over to Bobby.
Hello and Merry Christmas to everyone at the TMHI Christmas quiz. So I'm going to set you 10 questions all about Christmas, so get your thinking caps on. So my name is Mr. Seagull, I'm Bobby Seagull, I'm a school maths teacher, author of a few books, a quiz book, trying to get some questions from, and a maths book, The Life-Changing Magic of Numbers, and I presented for the BBC series Monkman and Seagull's Genius Guide with this fella here. Let me know how you're getting on with the quiz on Twitter at Bobby_Seagull, also on Instagram and YouTube, etc. All those things. But here come your 10 questions. Are you ready? Okay, so your first one is, in the Charles Dickens Christmas Carol, what was the surname of Scrooge's deceased business partner? So in Christmas Carol, what was the surname of Scrooge's deceased business partner? That's question number one. Hello, and question number two. So the Christmas tree in Trafalgar Square is donated annually by the inhabitants of which European capital city? So the Christmas tree in Trafalgar Square is donated by the inhabitants of which European capital city? That's question number two. Question number three. What is the collective name for Melchior, Caspar, and Balthazar? What is the collective name for Melchior, Caspar, and Balthazar? Question number four. They're flying by. What links Paul Young in 1984, Kylie Minogue in 1989, Chris Martin in 2004, and One Direction in 2014? So what links Paul Young in 1984, Kylie Minogue in 1989, Chris Martin in 2004, and One Direction in 2014? A bit of lateral thinking, a bit of only connect question for you there. Question number 5. Christmas Island is an external territory of which sovereign state? So Christmas Island is an external territory of which sovereign state or country? Question 6, we're halfway there. Question 6 coming up. So what global fast food chain is popular on Christmas Day in Japan? So what global fast food chain is popular on Christmas Day in Japan? Intriguing. Question number 7. What year in the 1930s did King George V broadcast the first royal Christmas message? So in what year in the 1930s did King George V broadcast the first royal Christmas message? Question number 8. What European country started the tradition of putting up Christmas trees? So what European country started the tradition of putting up Christmas trees? There's 2 more to go. Hang in there. 2 more. Question 9. If you're born on Christmas Day, what star sign are you? So if you're born on Christmas Day, what star sign are you? And the final question, how many ghosts show up in Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol? So the last question is, how many ghosts show up in Dickens' A Christmas Carol? There are your 10 questions, quite speedily done, but good luck, and I'll let you know the answers very soon.
Well, there you go. It's Bobby Seagull. Massive, massive thanks to Bobby for writing and presenting that round for us. What a lovely, lovely, generous man he is. And he'll be back a bit later to reveal his answers, as he said towards the end. And so with 3 rounds down, we're just over halfway through the quiz, and it will shortly be a good time for you to head to the bar or the bathroom while you take a look at the picture round. The historical monarchs of Britain have been preparing a Santa's grotto for the kids. But with it being so close to Christmas, the real Santa hasn't really had time to come and do the honours himself. Instead, the kings and queens themselves are auditioning for the role. Your job is to work out which monarch is disguised as Santa using the list of 14 possible options at the top of the screen. On the answer sheet, you should find a drop-down menu for each of the 10 images. Just match the correct monarch to the number. So now please take a few minutes to look through these, shake your head at my terrible photoshopping, and have a chat with your teammates while I go off and grab another mince pie ahead of round number 5. That's the one that it is. Lost count already. There you go. Never mind. Well, there we go. Those were your merry monarchs. Yes, it's a change of clothes. It's all traditional, isn't it? Welcome back to the TMHI Remote Pub Quiz Festive Edition. Seriously hope that you're enjoying the evening so far, that you're somehow managing to stay awake despite having survived the most insane term that we could ever have imagined. If you haven't done so already, please submit your Google form answers to rounds 3 and 4, and you can get the next one ready shortly for rounds 5 and 6, because indeed we've got just 2 more rounds to go. But goodness me, I do think that we should probably announce the winner of our spot prize. Earlier tonight, Elliot Watson from the Versus History podcast joined us to very generously give away one of his infographic history books. Mr. Tom Rogers, captain of the good ship Teach Meet Icons, then posed a bit of a question. He said, how many subjects have run events on behalf of Teach Meet Icons since the events began in 2015? The answer there is 8. So the subjects are history, geography, DT, maths, English, PE, MFL and RE. We do have a TM Icons Science, but they haven't run an event just yet. And we did have a well-being event, but that wasn't a subject session. So that makes 8 subjects. Actually, loads of you got that right or guessed it correctly. So then we needed to go out to the random guess question, basically guessing the combined weight of both volumes of the infographic history books in grams. The answer to that tie-break question was 743 grams. And coming in just 7 grams out, we do have a winner. So there we go. Tom Sims at Tom Mole, just 7 grams away. You win the infographic history book prize. Huge congratulations to you, Tom, and we will get in touch with you this weekend to arrange getting your prize to you. Obviously, we're running a quiz at the moment, so we can't sort it just yet, but we'll be in touch over the next couple of days and put you in touch with Elliot so that you can get the book sorted. Anyway, congratulations. But wait, there's more. We've got another spot prize. And you can have a go at winning now by going to another link. It's going to be bit.ly/TMHI prize 2. To tell you all about this one, here's TM History Icons answer to Michael Parkinson and co-founder of the History Teacher Book Club. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the incredible Mr. Andrew Sweet.
Merry Christmas, everyone. The question I've been asked is one regarding the books behind me, Scott Alsop's 366 Days and his Another 366 Days, an excellent set of books. And it's about that particular series, which is, for these 2 books, what is the total word count? For these 2 books, what is the total word count? That's the question. Good luck and a very happy Christmas.
Oh, isn't he a lovely, lovely man? Thank you, Andrew. So there you have it. You can win a copy of one of my books, which incidentally can still be ordered in from Amazon in time for delivery before Christmas. And everything's sort of falling apart a little bit at this end now. But you can just guess the combined word count of both volumes. Remember that this is another solo response, not a team answer. So if you want to have a go at this, then you just need to go on your own to that link. It's bit.ly/TMHI prize 2 and put in what you reckon the word count is. Remember that there is a day a page for all 366 days of the year. So there's quite a lot of words. have a guess. And the person with the closest guess wins. Or to be more precise, the 2 people with the closest guesses will win a book each, because I'm so happy to have reached the Christmas break that I'm going to throw in a prize for the second closest as well. So there you go. You can go along to bit.ly/TMHI prize 2, stick in a number, and you might win a book for not doing very much at all. But that's the nature of Christmas, isn't it? It's all in the giving. Now, Now, let us get back to the main quiz and round 5. This is all about chronology, and I'd like to thank Alice for coming up with both the idea for this round and many of the questions where you simply he says, you simply need to match the historical festive event to one of 10 possible dates. Now, for this round, you should find a drop-down list containing all 10 dates for each event that you need to match up. None of the dates are repeated, but they don't come in chronological order, so you might find it handy to keep a list of the events as you go through. You'll get the hang of it as it goes through. It's basically, what year did these things happen? And the first thing is the first Christmas tree to be erected at the Rockefeller Center in... I can't even speak. The first Christmas tree to be erected at the Rockefeller Center in New York City. Sam, I saw your tweet earlier. I'm really sorry that that's fallen through, mate. But anyway, the first Christmas tree at the Rockefeller Center, which year was that first installed? That's question 1 on round 5. This is chronological Christmas. Okay, on to question 2. In which year was Christmas pudding banned in England for being, quote, an abominable and idolatrous confection? Christmas pudding was banned in England, and it was banned for being an abominable and idolatrous confection. But in what year was Christmas pudding banned? On we go with question number 3. When was the first recorded mention of tinsel as a Christmas tree decoration? So the first recorded mention of tinsel, in what year was that first recorded? On to number 4. Question number 4. Dresden's Strutzelmarkt. My German accent is terrible, I'm really sorry. But Dresden's Strutzelmarkt is considered to be the first genuine Christmas market. When did that first take place? So the first genuine Christmas market, or held to be the first genuine Christmas market, in which year did that take place? Question number 5. Colorado Springs Continental Air Defense Command, it was known as CONAD at the time, but it began what would later become known as NORAD Tracks Santa. There's a great story behind that. But in which year did CONAD start to track Santa Claus on their nuclear missile tracking system? Okay, I'm pretty sure that that you'll be reducing your dates now. So on to number 6. This is a tricky one. In what year did Mariah Carey release that Christmas classic song All I Want for Christmas? So in what year did Mariah Carey release the song All I Want for Christmas? I can tell that there is some debate going on at the moment. So, number 7. In what year did Tom Smith reputedly invent the first Christmas cracker? So, a man called Tom Smith in London reputedly invented the first Christmas cracker. In what year did he apparently do that? On to question number 8. In what year was the first performance of the Nutcracker Ballet? So, the first performance of the Nutcracker Ballet took place in what year from the choice at the top of the screen? Here's the penultimate question. Question number 9. In what year did the Christmas Caravan Coca-Cola Christmas truck first appear? So it's obviously a toss-up between two events in a particular decade. But in what year did the Christmas Caravan Coca-Cola Christmas truck first make its appearance? And the final question on our Christmas chronology. Question number 10. The first string, don't know why I capitalised the F there, sorry. The first string of electric Christmas tree lights were used in New York City. And the question is, in what year were they switched on? They were private lights, I should say. They were in a private house. But when was the first string of electric Christmas tree lights used? They were the first ones ever, but they were first used in New York City. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, yes, on that final screen, that was where the typo was. I had the horrible feeling this evening that I'd left a typo in, and the typo was there right at the end that someone flagged that one of the dates has been switched. I initially had a different question in, but then Bobby took that question, so I swapped mine out for a different one. Go off the ones that you had originally come through. Okay, and those original dates and the dates that are there on the answer sheets. My apologies for that. Okay, we don't forget that if you want to be in with the chance of winning one of the TMHistoryIcons notebook and pens, highly desirable, then you can, if you're on Twitter, then tweet away with the hashtag TMHiQuiz with yourself wearing a piece of wintry wear, like some of these people here. Here we are. Let's have a look at some. Oh, there's Rosanna and Alex, and who's that? Oh, it's Graham. There he is. And some of our TMHI family there. We've got lots of people joining in. Massive picture of Tom's face there. There's nothing like smiling at Christmas. There's loads and loads of people submitting stuff here. It is absolutely wonderful to see. So please do, if you want to have a go at winning one of those little goodie bags, then that's what you need to do. You just tweet away with the hashtag TMHiQuiz with you wearing a bit of wintry wear, and we'll pick 5 names out of the hat. Or more specifically, Tom will be picking 5 names out of a hat. But that brings us to the 6th and final round in tonight's Festive Pub Quiz. And tonight we're going to be revisiting some of the really weird musical cover versions that I've featured on the quiz this year. You're going to hear fairground organs, ragtime, bit of bardcore. That'll keep some people happy. And a new edition of some people playing songs on car horns. You're going to get an extract of 10 Christmas songs, both modern and traditional, but they're all going to be played in one of those unusual ways. You just need to work out what on earth the song is that is being played. To help with the auto marking for round 6, I've given you a choice of different songs on the Google form, although there are, of course, some red herrings. It wouldn't be the same without a few red herrings. These are the possible choices that you're going to have on there. They're going to stay on the screen throughout this while we take a look. But before I start the songs, I want to share a message from the man who was the inspiration for the original unusual cover versions round. He's a lovely, friendly Dutch guy called Joris ten Herve. And when I contacted him a couple of weeks ago to tell him that his fairground organ pop songs have proved very popular in British history quizzes on YouTube, he sent us a message, which I think is amazing. So I really wasn't sure that I'd even get a reply. But last night he emailed me with this wonderful opening sentence. Thanks for your email. Sorry for the late response. I'm very busy with the organs. Anyway, here we go. Here is round 6. It is your Christmas music round.
You guys ready over here? All right, go. Sweet.
And so, those are your 10 songs for round 6, the 6th and final round of the TMHI special festive edition quiz. You will find a final question for a tiebreaker at the end of that form because it is super close tonight, and I think it is going to come down to the tiebreaker. The tiebreaker is, I think, explained there on the form, but I've worn a couple of bits of clothing that feature reindeer, or specifically red-nosed reindeer, for a tiebreaker, and you know, you can take a look at that there. Some people might be screenshotting it who are particularly competitive. Hey, Team Dead Famous. But how many red noses have been featured on the clothes that I've worn this evening? That is the tiebreaker question. I know that it's not historical at all. Hopefully that you will take it in the good fun that it is meant if it comes down to that being the decider. But there you go. That is the question. Yeah, how many red noses have appeared on my clothing this evening? Now, by now, you should have filled in all the sections on that final Google form. Once you've decided on your tiebreak response, then you can submit the final set of answers. We've obviously got a fair bit of marking to do here, so please take 5 minutes or so to get a drink refill, pop to the loo, or curse me for forcing 6 minutes of yet more Christmas music into your ears. I'll be back soon to go through the answers. See you in 5. Welcome back. Okay, the adding up is still frantically going on in the background, and I've changed into a sweatshirt of, one of the greatest Christmas movies of all times, Gremlins, which frankly is not canon, but I think is a great Christmas movie nevertheless. Okay, we're going to get ready to go through the answers while Alice checks up on the scores and such like things, which she's an expert at. But before we do that, you may remember that a couple of rounds ago, the wonderful Andrew Sweet asked you to guess the combined word count of my two books, and if you managed to get close to it, then you would win a copy of that book. The answer, according to the word count tool on Word, is 202,724 words. Amazingly, someone got within just over 1,500 words of that. And that incredibly close guess was from Danielle Aycock. So, Danielle, massive well done to you. I'll be in touch over the weekend to get your details so that we can get the book to you. And I also said that I'd give a second copy to somebody who got like the next closest. And the next closest is... it's Deeds Not Words 79 herself. It's Sarah Faulkner. So, Sarah, congratulations to you. Again, I'll be messaging you over the weekend and we'll work out how we can get the book to you. So, congratulations to you. At the end of all of this, we're going to then find out who the 5 people get picked out of the hat for winning the TMHistoryIcons goodie bag as well. But now it's time to get on with the answers for our 6 rounds. So, round 1 was a general knowledge round about December-y stuff. Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis and Carl Perkins, they were referred to as the $1 Million Quartet. The person who was crowned King of England on the 25th of December 1066 was, of course, William of Normandy, William I, William the Conqueror. We accepted all of those variations on his name and title. Number 3, the ocean in which you would find Christmas Island is the Indian Ocean. And the 21st Amendment of the United States reversed the 18th Amendment, which had introduced abolition. Therefore, the 21st Amendment abolished abolition. Okay, so any variation on that, and you got the mark. Question 5. The Landlord game was the original name of it, but it was patented in December 1935 as Monopoly. Question 6. The character in A Christmas Carol who says, "God bless us everyone," is, of course, Tiny Tim, who I just always see as being a frog, because the best version of Christmas Carol as a movie, of course, is the Muppet one. Number 7, A Visit from St. Nicholas is better known as The Night Before Christmas or 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. However you have presented it, that is what it's known as. Okay, number 8. This is an amazing story, and this is the story of the Eggnog Riot. Okay, where the United States Military Academy West Point was absolutely smashed up by drunken military recruits who had smuggled something like 3 or 4 barrels of whiskey into their rooms and drank it all on Christmas Eve. Number 9. By the end of the 12 days of Christmas, my true love will have given me 40 rings. Number 10. On the 25th of December 1989, the former Romanian president who was condemned to death and executed there on Christmas Day was Nicolae Ceausescu. Surname would have been absolutely fine, and we went easy on the spelling as well. You also didn't need to put squiggles under letters and stuff. We let you off. Round 2 was the connections round. I think that everyone did really well on this. But the connections round was started like this. The German bombing campaign was, of course, the Blitz. The member of the Nazi party who flew to Scotland was Hess, but his first name was Rudolph. Number 3, on the Bayeux Tapestry, the celestial object is Halley's Comet. For number 4, the signal along with a dot is, of course, a dash. The child of Mars and Venus is Cupid. A kebab that's on a vertical rotisserie is a doner kebab. In Careless Whisper, George Michael says he's never going to dance again. And 8, a female fox is, of course, a vixen. Number 9, when a horse springs on its hind legs, that's known as prancing, which means that we've got all of them there. Okay, there's Dasher and Prancer and Donna and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Thingy and you know the one. Anyway, the connection between all the answers is, of course, that they are Santa's reindeer. Round 3 was Bobby Seagull, our special guest round. Very, very lucky that not only that he agreed to do this, but secondly, that he actually managed to find time to do it. He is teaching maths in a school at the moment as well. So a big thanks to him for stepping up and doing this. But here he is with his answers.
Hello to the TMHI quiz, the Christmas quiz. And I'm Bobby Seagull on Twitter, all the various social medias. You've seen all my books. By the way, if you want to get any of my books, you can still do on Amazon, etc. But if you message me on social media, I'm going to actually send you a personalized handwritten message for the gifts. There you go. Okay, so here are the answers which you came for. So question 1, what was the name of Scrooge's deceased business partner? It was Marley. It was Marley. Question 2, the Christmas tree in Trafalgar Square is donated by Oslo. Oslo, there we go. Melchior, that's question 3. Melchior, Caspar, and Balthazar are known as the 3 wise men, or the Magi, equivalents accepted. Question 4, what links Paul Young, 84, Kylie Minogue, 89, Chris Martin, 2004, One Direction, 2014? Well, actually, they sang the first line in the Band-Aid, Do They Know It's Christmas Time? If you just said Band-Aid song, I'll give you the mark because I'm being generous. But actually, I did want the first line. But if you just put down Band-Aid, you get the mark, okay? Get the mark. Question 5, Christmas Island is a part of, territory of, Australia. Question 6, what's really popular on Christmas Day in Japan? KFC. Can you believe that? KFC. Question 7, so King George V broadcast his first royal message in 1932. Question 8, it's Germany. They put up Christmas trees first. And he was Boniface, so Germany. Question 9, what star sign are you if you're born on Christmas Day? It's not Sagittarius, it's Capricorn. Capricorn. And question 10, this is a little tricksy question. How many ghosts show up? And to be honest, a lot of people, even myself, the first time I saw this question, I put 3. Christmas past, present, and future. But Marley turns up as well, the deceased business partner. So it's 4. Marley, past, present, and future ghosts. So 4. There you go. How did you do? Let me know maybe later on, but good luck for the rest of the quiz.
And once again, a huge, huge thanks to Bobby Seagull for stepping up and agreeing to write a complete Christmas round for us. Wonderful stuff from him. Round number 5 of our quiz was not that one. Oh dear, I've not got the answers here. That's very unfortunate because I've clicked the wrong thing. I actually need to click there, and we get into our Merry Monarchs. So sorry, it was round number 4, our Merry Monarchs. And our Merry Monarchs, this one, number 1, that was Queen Anne. I told you my photoshopping skills are not great, but I tried my best. Number 2 is King Edward VII. Here he is. Slight colour tint on the image there, but that's King George VI. Number 4, that's our current monarch, of course, Queen Elizabeth II. Here we go, number 5. They were the only duo that were on there, but they are William and Mary. Number 6, there he is, quite a famous portrait, but that was King Charles I. Number 7, I think that we're up to there. That one is George I. Then we get, hiding behind that big bushy beard, Queen Victoria. Here, it's a famous portrait, but there he is, King Henry VIII. And finally, we got this one, You could maybe tell it by the look on the nose, but that was Queen Elizabeth I. Okay, so that was a picture round. Round number 5 was chronological Christmas. So these are the years in which these events took place. Again, apologies that on the summary sheet, one of the years had been switched out, but they were correct on the answer sheet. So hopefully everything was okay. But the first Christmas tree at the Rockefeller Center was erected in 1931. Christmas pudding was banned by the Puritans. What a surprise! As an abominable and idolatrous confection that happened in 1664. The first recorded mention of tinsel is really old. It was stranded silver in Nuremberg and it dates back to 1610. That's the first recorded mention of tinsel. The first genuine Christmas market, or held to be the first genuine Christmas market, was a lot earlier than that. It was 1434. Conad, the predecessor to NORAD, who now tracks Santa as he flies through the sky on Christmas Eve and delivers all of the presents, they first started doing that in 1955. Mariah Carey, there was obviously going to be a toss-up between this one and the Coca-Cola question, but Mariah Carey released All I Want for Christmas in 1994. Okay, isn't it scary how long ago that was? Tom Smith reputedly invented the first Christmas cracker in 1847. The first performance of the Nutcracker Ballet took place in 1892. And that means then with Mariah Carey being 94, the Coca-Cola Christmas truck, known as a Christmas caravan, that advert first came out in 1995. And the final question, number 10, the first string of electric Christmas tree lights were used in New York City in 1882. And if you're interested in that story, incidentally, then it's coming up in a History Pod episode very soon. So you can listen out to that. The final round of our quiz was our unusual cover versions. So let's take a listen to the music. I'll find that I can click the right thing. Here is a recap of those 10 songs. Ooh, that caught me out. Oh no, I don't want to share that just yet. That's gone horribly wrong. Okay, it was bound to happen at some point. Anyway, there we go. Those are all of the answers, and then of course there was a tie break at the end. Oh, it was bound to fall apart at the end. What a shame. Never mind. So those are the answers. The quiz, of course, was out of 60. Before we announce the winner of the quiz, we've got one final set of goodies to give away. So I just need to check my WhatsApp message from the head honcho, Mr. Tom Rogers, who has been monitoring all of your winter wear selfies as it's come in. And these are the 5. These have been randomly generated from a random name generator from all of the people who submitted their photos. And so all of these people will be receiving a TMHI. I can't read it from that far, so it's going to have to come here. They will be receiving a TMIcons goodie bag from Tom. Obviously, Christmas post. Can't guarantee it'll be there in the next week, but Tom will try. And so the winners are... we've got Miss R. Carter, 89, Miss Forward, Mrs. Ball AP, Sasha W. History, and Mr. Patterson History. Those are your Twitter handles, of course. Tom will be in touch with you over the weekend, over the next few days at least, in order to arrange getting your goodie bags to you. Thank you so much for playing along, and I hope that was all good fun for you. We've of course got books that went out courtesy of Elliot. We've got a couple of books of mine that are going out as well, so hopefully you feel that, hey, it's the quiz that actually gave you something this time, so that's nice, isn't it? All right then, so whew, what a night, what a week, what a term. Let's have a look at our final scores. And this is what they look like. It was going really, really close until the final 2 rounds. Okay, and in the end, despite us feeling that we might have needed to use the tiebreaker, we didn't. Okay, so the winning team did make it without needing to use the tiebreaker, which is just as well because their tiebreak answer was appalling. Anyway, we have in 3rd place this evening Simon Sharma's Llama Farmers. You came in 3rd this evening with 55 points out of 60. In 2nd, and they're not history teachers, Quentin Quarantino like Pfizer. You came in with 56 points, just 1 point behind our winners. They are Team Dead Famous. Again, Team Dead Famous take it. I don't know how many's on the team this time, but Team Dead Famous just take the win with 57 points this evening. You are Festive Quiz champions. It's really blurry because I've just done this as a really fast screenshot, but these are the results. Okay, so they're ordered from lowest to highest down at the bottom. So our winners are at the bottom of that table. And Chili Boy, it was lovely to have you with us. Thank you ever so much for playing along. But there we go. Those are the final scores on our TM History Icons Christmas quiz. Once again, an enormous thanks to Bobby Siegel for providing, for writing and providing the round that he did. That was absolutely wonderful of him. A special thanks to Elliot Watson, of course, for providing a copy of one of his books as a prize. Personal thanks from me, of course, go to our amazing TM History Icons crew for being just a great group of friends and people who have kept me sane over the past year. Thanks, of course, to my incredible wife, Alice. I think it's time that people see you, actually. Are you going to pop in and say hi? No, she says she's fine. She's not going to. But anyway, she's done phenomenal off-screen help, as always, putting all of this together. And thanks, of course, to all of you for playing. Final congratulations goes to Team Dead Famous, our festive champions. And so, until we meet again, whenever that may be, think historical thoughts, keep your social distance, and please keep washing your hands. Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a very, very good and very, very well-deserved break.